And joining us now to talk more about Venezuela's political and economic future is political analyst Antonio Herrera in Caracas. Thank you so much for joining us, Antonio.
Good evening, Elaine. Thank you very much.
I want to talk to you about the swearing-in ceremony that has just taken place with Nicolas Maduro. You have Enrique Capriles already coming out and saying that he won't recognize Maduro as president of Venezuela. Is he going to be the one going up against him when these elections are called?
Well, as the picture shows now, yes, the Democratic Unity Conference has nominated will be nominating Enrique Capriles as the candidate, unless something changes in the next few days. I think what he did was to point to the fact that the designation of Mr. Maduro under the way it was done is irregular. Now, the main effect this will have on one side that not many people are looking at is on the economic side. Because if you have a president and government with questionable authority, whatever the question may be, the credit situation becomes a little bit difficult as people who lend you, institutions who lend, are ultra cautious. Venezuela already owes the world $142 billion, which is part of the reason that this social program has been able to go ahead so quickly. But there's been a lot of disorganization in that social program. There's been a lot of corruption, and it has been done on impulses and not so much planning.
Well, Antonio, I'd like to get your thoughts on staying on the state of Venezuela's economy and looking ahead past the elections. What do you think will happen now that Chavez is gone, regardless of whoever takes that top spot?
Well, first, they just had a devaluation for 32% of our currency. Secondly, I'm almost certain that between now and the time of elections, they won't do anything to rock the boat, to make things worse for the Venezuelan population. Almost all the food Venezuela consumes is imported. The only thing Venezuela is producing effectively these days practically is oil, and most of that oil is being given away. The only customer that Venezuela has that pays hard currency on time is the United States. Most of the others are arrangements. It has a credit, it has sold the oil at a future to China in exchange for credit, but many of the other exports are done under a highly subsidized scheme. So basically, what is going to happen is that all of this social structure that has been built up and has had undoubtedly positive effects for some people, there's not going to be any money to pay for it. And there's going to be a tremendous inflation, and there's going to be a lot of scarcity. And that's when really the issues and the political situation are going to become difficult.
All right, Antonio Herrera, thank you so much for joining us live from Caracas. We appreciate your insight.